Hello and a very warm welcome to Great Principles. I am Seema Choria. If it is to be, it is up to me, says Mr. Bhavesh Bhalerao, principal of Podar International School, Mumbai. He has played an assortment of roles in the field of education for the last 20 years and impacted thousands of young minds through his various endeavors. He is holder of postgraduate degree in education and history. Apart from his vast experience in education, his emphasis on innovation in the sector saw him being invited by Ministry of Education of Israel to present a paper on innovation in education. He continues to work on related projects with counterparts from the United States of America, Nepal, Peru, and Sri Lanka. Mr. Bhalerao has been the recipient of 2 Best Principal Awards and the Wonderful Headmaster Award instituted by Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation. Last but not the least, he is an author and writer under the aegis of Navjeevan Publications. It's an honor and privilege to welcome Mr. Bhavesh Bhalerao, Principal, Podar International School, Mumbai. Welcome to Great Principles, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
So, sir, beginning, sir, we would like to know, why did you choose education as a profession?
Yes, thank you very much. Before I start answering all your questions, so thank you so much for inviting me on such a wonderful platform. I'll be very happy if I can inspire even one person. So once again, thank you so much. So coming back to your question, why I chose this education profession, ma'am, it's very simple. See, it's a noble profession. I had a passion for teaching since childhood, and my grandfather, he was a teacher and he was the principal. Like, so I've seen him, like, working in the way he used to handle people, kids. So that was something which in childhood only I picked up that certain things, and I always wanted to be like him. And I think being a teacher, you get many opportunities to do something for society, and I always wanted to serve society. And it really feels great, with innocent children, because they are very pure, they're very innocent, and they are really true. So I always wanted to be in a such an atmosphere where there is job satisfaction, and at the end of the day, I feel that I've done something for society and for nation. So that is why I chose this education profession.
Absolutely. So, changing so many lives for a better is something that kept you going in this, and that is what you've been seeing from the family background also. Right. Yeah. So going ahead, sir, during this time of uncertainty, staying at home and making adjustments, what strengths have you find in yourself?
Uh, Very first thing, I think so. It's very common in all that we used to always think that we need different kinds of assistant. From the class for people like maid and all that. We were so much of we were dependent on so many people. Now this pandemic taught us to be independent. You will not believe, I started ironing my clothes and I started taking care of my things. And life was not that difficult what we used to think. So that one thing taught me that to be more independent. Second thing is, what I have learned is, like, if you really plan your budget well, you can save on money. So I realize, I spent a lot of money, unnecessary, prior to pandemic. And here, literally, we were in that mindset that if pandemic is there, there would be a salary cut or deferment, or might be many other problems. So let's geared up and let's prepare ourselves. So we really planned very well, and I could save a lot of money.
Right. So pandemic made you, better in terms of getting more becoming more independent and making your financial planning better.
True, ma'am.
And also making you do some of the household chores which you think were not supposed to be done by you.
Actually.
Great. So yeah, truly, sir, pandemic has taught a lot to each one of us.
True.
So going ahead, sir, Podar International School is a very renowned school and has a lot of value addition to its name. So we would like to know from you, what is the philosophy of the school and what makes it unique?
Yeah, see, there are two very important things which I would like to discuss here. Two very important things. One is education for all. So I'm very happy to inform you that Podar International School, the first president of our school was our Mahatma Gandhi ji. So simply we are working on Bapu's philosophy, that is education for all. So now we have seen, many schools, especially in metro cities, they conduct interviews and then they give admission to only those who are financially well off and those who are intellectually good. So that kind of screening happens, so we don't do that. We have more than 135 schools, even in Taluka place. So
Mhm.
we cater to the need of education for all the children, irrespective of, their IQ or, what the other things, the parameters, what people check.
Right.
So education for all. Anytime you come, if the seats are available, you just walk in, fill up the form, pay fees, you're part of Podar. So admission process is as simple as it. And I have personal experience because even I was a parent of Podar. So
Mhm.
after struggling for the admission for my child, I landed up in Podar, and my child was there in the school in the second day, which was a great relief to me. So that is number one. Second thing, ma'am, we prepare students for the challenges of 21st century because we have to prepare them because this is a very competitive world. So along with the subject knowledge and all this knowledge, if you have to prepare kids for the 21st century, so there's a certain set of skills which we teach through our curriculum. So this is the second very important feature.
So, as Sir said, we come to know today a very amazing group, Podar, which is on a mission
Yeah.
of Teach India. It is not
Yes.
like educating someone, it is like teach the entire nation with
Correct.
135 branches across the country with an amazing philosophy of education for all. This school has way to go. I think, it will be in every location of our country soon. So
Yes.
going ahead, sir, as we are talking about schools and admission policies, there is one more dilemma in front of parents about different boards. And these days, with these different boards coming in, what is your opinion about different school boards in the country? And how important is this school board in terms of curriculum, and how does it shape a student?
What I feel about different boards, see, different boards are like a different tools and a different roadmaps. See, better the tool, best the cultivation, best the result. So, but the ultimate aim is to develop child. So I consider think all boards are doing their job. Keeping the requirement of that particular area in mind, the curriculum they have designed, they have a different philosophy. But at the end, we are aiming for the child's development. So yes, every board contributes it in their own way. So there is no harm having different boards.
And sir, what would you say if I ask you, how about having a central board pan country?
We can have one single board. I won't say it's a central board. I would rather prefer, taking good things from all different boards and have a combination of good things in one board. Again, there should be some flexibilities. It should be the need based because each area, each region has its own requirement. So we can have one board with some flexibility. That would keeping the India's vision in mind. So that is very very important because the broad vision is very very important. At last, we have to cater to the vision of our country also. So yes, it's a very good idea, but yes, we have to really design in a very better way. Then only we will able to cater to the need of the children.
Yeah, maybe a board which gives liberty to the school to,
Yeah,
adapt it in the flexible manner for the betterment of the students that he has and as per the
correct,
location. Yeah,
correct, ma'am.
right. So going ahead, sir, parental involvement has always been crucial to a child's education, and the COVID has strengthened this linkage. So how can student relationship and parent school relationship can be strengthened going forward also?
See, ma'am, rearing a child, I believe it's like a project, and school is a partner in this project. So, of course, parents are very, very important stakeholders and very, very important in terms of child's growth. So, again, it's a joint responsibility. So, technically, the school we are sound, but otherwise, their support is also required. So, if we both come together, we have a proper linkage, proper bridge between us, then I think so we can, perform in a better way. So there are various strategies like which we must use in a school, like involve parents in a planning. Basically, we plan and we share it with the parents. But I feel we must involve them also in a plan. We must take the feedback of the parents, like what exactly is their requirement and what they think. So again, there has to be some kind of transparency, and we both should come together and work for the child development.
So very, I think a very important message you brought out here, because none of the schools or the leaders out there think that we should take parents' opinion on making the school better. So and even the parents are looking out for the best for their child. So this connection and involving them in planning would definitely do wonders.
Yeah, sure.
So going ahead, sir, another heated topic, the grades, the marks. If that thing disappears, if it is completely gone, how do you think will universities cater to admissions, if there are no marks parameters to judge?
Ma'am, to be very honest, we must first pay homage to our absolute system of memory-driven board exam. That is the first thing we must do. Our students get derailed from their quest of acquiring 21st century skills. That is the biggest loss. So I believe there should be a single exam after 12th standard, which is skill oriented. This is not such a radical idea. It may sound, but country like the US have a single exam, which focuses on the scholastic aptitude test, that is STET, which is the gateway to most of the colleges. I think so we can adopt similar kind of thing in India.
Yeah, it really feels sad when the colleges put out 98% cutout, 92% cutout.
Yeah.
And the student, those who is not academically good is completely demotivated and left out.
Correct. Correct.
So a very right idea that has been suggested by sir, that we can have a skill-based exam there, and that can be a deciding factor. So great. So going ahead, sir, there are many accomplishments that you have, sir, but you'd like to know from you which you are proudest of in your career.
Now here, ma'am, the definition of accomplishment is very different for different people. Basically, I believe in a Guru Shishya kind of parampara. So where your child excel well in their career, it is my accomplishment, So I would like to mention here one, when I started my career as a teacher, I had one child in class 3rd. So he was a, mild mentally retired boy, So nobody was ready to handle him because he was a disturbance kind of thing to other kids and teachers. So, but then I took a challenge and I became his mentor. Sometimes I had to go to his place, counsel him, and with the different strategies and other things, I could really handle him very well. And I'm very happy to inform you today, ma'am, that child he has passed his graduation today. I think so that gives us immense pleasure when your child, your student does well in their career. I think that is your achievement. That is number one. And second thing, it was very proud moment for me to represent India in Israel, to talk about the Indian education system, what we do. And I really found, I was really feeling very happy that, there were delegates from other countries and, our education system, we do a lot. And we are really doing very well in terms of education. So I was very happy to represent in India.
Great, sir. It feels so good to hear this here on this platform, because every now and then Indian education system is like that. It has failed here. But today, when we are sitting in front of so many other nations, as you said, no, we are doing much better and we are doing great. So it really makes us feel proud of those, policy makers who are trying to make education system better. Now NEP coming up. So let's see.
Yes.
So definitely, we are going to see a big introspection in education now with NEP executed properly. We'll be the best, no doubt about that.
Definitely.
So this brings me to the very interesting segment of the show, sir, which is called rapid fire round. You have to answer in one word only.
Okay.
Right? So here goes the first question. Name a school principal you admire the most.
Jyotsna Robert, Lata Upadhyay.
All right. Technology connects us more or isolates us more?
Connect.
Peers are more important in shaping values than parents these days. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
What is one thing that you would like to change about the present generation?
They're too fast. I want them to slow down a little.
So speed. All right.
Yeah.
Is homeschooling better than traditional education?
I think so. Traditional school is better, ma'am.
Okay. Should schools give students homework?
Yes, but in proportion.
Brilliantly answered, sir. Great answers on this round. Going ahead, sir. So we have known on your professional front. Now we would like to know, when you're not working, what are the hobbies or sports you're involved into, and why do you enjoy them?
I play cricket, ma'am. I'm a sports person, so even during college times, I used to take part in 100-meter running, 400, high jump, long jump. So I'm a gold medalist in high jump, and I play very good cricket. So again, I spend a lot of time, and whenever I need to connect with my parents, so we have some kind of cricket matches in our school. So that also increase the bonding between parents. So cricket is my all-time favorite.
Great. So we have a die-hard cricket lover and a gold medalist in high jump here with us. So cricket is something which even strengthens a bond with parents and help him in leading the schools also. So
Yes.
great, sir. We will come to the last question of the show, which is called Viewer's Choice question, which
Okay.
goes here. What is skill-based learning? Do you think skill-based learning, skill development must be added in school curriculum, and how has pandemic put greater emphasis on honing skill above and beyond traditional education?
And skill-based learning is very, very important, which was missing in our curriculum because the rote learning thing had captured everybody's mind. So everybody were behind only one kind of or similar kind of profession, engineering, doctor. But skill-based is very, very important. If you see China, right from a very small age, they train their workers, and the productivity is definitely better than the other kind of workers. So this is very, very important in terms of pandemic. To talk about now, literally in pandemic, there were certain professions they were not doing very well, so they had to sit at home. There was some job, cut down. There were many things where some skill development jobs were really making good money, and there
Right.
was high demand. And yes, I think so. Now there are so many branches, and so many options available. So one can definitely pursue their career in skill-based kind of profession, and that gives them a good growth. So this is very, very important. So I really believe that inclusion of skill-based learning, it has to be there. And we at Podar also we do it. Like we try to teach students a small things, like chopping the vegetables. For example, when you're traveling, there's a tire puncture, the how to use Stephanie, how to change the tire. So these are the small things we also try to teach, because then we don't have to depend on others. So it's not only in point of view making career, but in our day-to-day life also, skill-based learning helps you in future.
Right, so if you look back at the history, it is said that the Britishers ruined our system. They made us go through academics. Rather, earlier, there was no unemployment because everyone was specialized in some skill and they were carrying it on.
Correct.
So how can, sir, even today, if we take this up, how can school, help the child to identify their skills and help them become excellent at skill?
So we can have certain talent search program sort of thing. We can have such certain questionnaires for them, like where they openly answer, about their likes and their dislikes. We can observe them. We can have a parents interview. We can find out the history of the child, in what the child is good all about. So once you identify area, then I think so we can give them that environment on can extended help to at least acquire the basic skill in the school level. Then definitely there are professional course once they go out, but yes, we must identify at the early age, and we must motivate as a school teacher. This is very important.
Yeah, rightly said, sir, because once the child, then graduates from the school, he knows that where I have to work further, and that is where I'm going to make my career in. So great, sir. A lot of insights we gained from you, sir. It was a wonderful discussion having with you here. So thank you so much for your time, and it was really great to have you here.
Same here. Thanks for connecting, ma'am. Thank you so much.